Good morning. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I had to take my dogs outside. Might be a few seconds late. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. It is Friday, September 2nd. Can you believe it? Happy STAMPtember, everyone. Let's see. Hello, everybody in the chat. It's so good to see everyone. I hope everyone has had a great week. I hope you guys are enjoying STAMPtember so far. Yes, Steph says it's going to be a long weekend here in the U.S. Very, very excited about that. Susie, I will tell the boys hello. They're out still pushing their food dishes around. I didn't pick their food dishes up. I am a little bit behind this morning, so I fed them and I ran them outside and I was like, anything else you got to do, it's going to have to be in an hour. So, oh my goodness. Hello. So, I was going to start a poll and I completely forgot, but I'm just going to ask you guys right now, as far as the Simon Says stamp release, what is your favorite stamp or die or stencil or whatever from the release? Drop me a comment in the chat. I would love to know. Catherine loves Witch Please. Me too. It's the first set I pulled out. So, funny story. I always, whenever I get a box of supplies, I always kind of go through it and I make must use right now. Things I think, I need to think about a little bit, but I love. And then things that I really need to think about that maybe require a little bit more thought as far as how to use. And Witch Please and Oh Frank were the first two sets. But I've really been into Halloween. It's very much a mood, I think, based type of system. So Witch Please. Hello. Let's see. The wreath is amazing. Witch, Christmas blessings. So many people saying Witch Please. That's so funny. It's been fast and furious so far. I know I had a few questions. I did try to post early yesterday that there wasn't a premiere last night because you know that I do premieres for you guys every night when I have like collabs and things. Generally, I can't say always, but at least in my experience the last few years, the first is always Simon Says Stamps release, so that's always going to be a premiere because their releases go live at midnight Eastern. And then the second is a blog party, which is kind of different than a blog hop. It's where Simon links to so many creators and makers and allows them to showcase the new release and things like that. So that's not going to be a premiere night. And I probably should have been more clear about that earlier, but I wanted to kind of let you guys know that now. Now, I'll be hanging out with you guys tonight. So I haven't made it live yet, mostly because I can't share photos and things like that. But a little bit later this evening, there will be like a place card, probably this afternoon. There'll be a place card holder on YouTube saying that there will be a premiere. There won't be any information until midnight Eastern. And I will be hanging out with you. Good thing it's the weekend, right? But it'll be the first collab. And so I will hang out and I will chat with you guys live this evening. I'm super, super excited. Let's see. A couple of other little notes. I have 2 videos already with the Simon Says stamp release. The Halloween showcase went up yesterday, which I think a lot of you have seen. This morning, holiday ornaments went up, and I'm going to give you guys a close-up look of those here in just a little bit. And then today we're going to create a fall-themed card. Simon Says stamp at noon Eastern. I hope I'm right about that. I meant to look, and like I said, I was running around. They're going to have a live. So definitely pop in there if you have time today. Chat. Heidi will be sharing some projects from people and showing you close-ups of product and things like that. So definitely check that out if you have time. Steph said, I watched your live sitting in bed, so my husband was watching over my shoulder. I was all about the Witch Please, and he was chiming in, you need the moon too, and get those inks she's using. That is a good man right there. I love it. Yep, collab tonight for sure. Holiday ornaments, Randy says. Oh, good. Megan says she got a good night's sleep last night. I tried to let you guys know go ahead and go to bed. You're not going to miss anything because there's not very many nights of that. Yes. Okay, Lauren says she thinks it's at 11 Eastern. It very well could be. The live today, 11 a.m. for Heidi, for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you very much for that. I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if it was 11 or 12. I think, yes, I think you're absolutely right. I think it starts right after this. For me, maybe. I don't know. Time zones are hard. Maybe it's just me. I'm a little frazzled. I feel like I've just been going. Hello! Kelly's going to the cabin this weekend. Catherine is going to be on the road today. Oh, Natalie says she knew the holiday ornaments would be on my channel today. She loves them so much. I love that. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and flip the camera around and get started. If you guys have any questions during the creation of the card, definitely drop me a question in the chat. If you put question in all caps or a Q, that often helps me see it just a little bit better. It makes it pop out at me. So definitely let me know. Please remember to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm probably going to say this till we reach it, but I am going for 100,000 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed, and if you would, I would so very much appreciate it, because we're going to have a big party when I do. I'm going to do giveaways, we're going to go live, and we're going to do all the things. So definitely please remember to do a thumbs up and subscribe. Colleen says, will you be doing your Friday live next week? Wondering if you will be too exhausted. No, I'm planning on doing the live. Keep in mind, a lot of the work is done. It's just staying up live to chat with you guys. There are videos that need edited, and yes, there's still cards that need to be made, but a lot of the work creation is finished, which is good. I'm trying to really work ahead and things like that. So I'm planning on it, and I would let you know pretty early on if I cannot be here. Noon Eastern, according to the Facebook post, Christine said. So I thought that was right. I think it's noon Eastern for the Simon Says Stamp Live. Let's go with that. Yep, so many people saying noon Eastern. Good. I was right the first time. Phew. Let's see. Oh my goodness, Natalie said she hoped to be camping, but their grandbaby may make his or her appearance this weekend. That's so exciting. Well, early congratulations, and I hope that your grandbaby makes an appearance. I love that. Kim just finished watching the ornament video. Thank you, Kim. Question, Kat says, do you make your own tags or do you buy a certain kind? When I make gift tags for holidays, I make my own out of cardstock using dies. But if that's not what you wanted to know, ask me again. Let's see. Hello, Shari. Liz says, I love seeing your happy face. I can't believe I caught a live. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. That's awesome. Okay, you guys, should we get started crafting? I think so. So I'm going to flip it around. I've got my paper pad here. I do need to zoom in just a tiny bit. So I thought I would just kind of show you close-ups of some of the cards. These are the ones that I have a video for you this morning. This is the Holiday Ornaments and Christmas Blessings stamp sets, stamps and dies from the release. And then this holly branch is from last year from Simon Says Stamp. And I created a debossed look using it and Distress Oxide inks, which I think perfectly sets off these hanging ornaments. I want the real thing of these ornaments. I just think they're so fun and cute. So that is the video on my channel today. It was brand new. It's at 8 a.m. Eastern this morning. These, of course, are the Halloween cards that went up for September or Stamptember 1st. I am really partial to Frank. I think Frank is fun. I think you could do a lot of things with this if you leave off, you know, his little bolts and things. I think you could really maybe turn him into some other type of cards, but he's super, super fun. Of course, I had to use this big pumpkin and the leaves and acorns, which we're actually going to use the leaves and acorns again today. And then the other set is the Witch Please that a lot of us have been talking about here, and I've seen a lot of you guys ask about, not ask about, but say it was your favorite. It was one of my favorites too. Totally gave me the Bewitched vibes, and I love it. And of course, Tim Holtz Moon Masks for these two, and I did a little shaker for Witch Please. Stenciled that background with new layering stencils. Really, really fun stuff. Let's see, I saw the question, but where did it go? Hold on, let me scroll back. I saw it. Oh my gosh, where did that go? Okay. Oh, there it is. Sandy says, on ornament, what paper is background? Simon says stamp fog cardstock. It's a very light gray. Lawn Fawn fog, Simon says stamp fog, Hero Arts pebble are all super good. Pretty similar. There might be a few differences. Lawn Fawn dolphin is another good one if you're wanting something with a little color, but not really, really dark. Oh, thank you, Liz. Likes my nail color. I do too, and I let my nail girl pick it out. She did a great job. She always does. So today, this is the card we're going to create. I wanted to go a little bit more fall vibes, not Halloween or anything like that, and not necessarily Thanksgiving, more just fall and a thankful type card. Now, if you need Thanksgiving cards, there's a fantastic stamp set in the Simon Says STAMPtember release that you could use. And switch out your greetings. Or maybe you've got fall birthdays and you want to use a birthday greeting. This is a type of design that I think would work for a lot of different fall occasions. Make it work. Maybe you got an anniversary card that you need to make that's in the fall. I love doing a theme, but that can also be, tweaked to work for any type of occasion. Christine says her first order is on its way. My second with Frank is in the process. Oh my goodness. And maybe she'll get the exclusive golden bone. I hope so. I hope one of you, several of you get it. You're going to have to let me know if you do. I would love to know in future lives. Let's see. Sandy loves Thanksgiving cards. Yes. So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what I'm using and then we will dive in. I did die cut everything today from smooth white cardstock, and we are going to completely customize it with some markers. I'm using Copics, but you can use anything that you like, watercolor, other alcohol ink-based markers. So the thanks comes from this. This is a brand new thanks die from the STAMPtember release. I absolutely love it. I did not cut mine apart, but you could if you wanted to use that shadow. So you can die cut the greeting and then pop it up on the shadow. So that is the first thing we're using. Shimon says, what's the golden bone? It is a ticket, kind of like Willy Wonka, if you've seen Willy Wonka, where Simon Says Stamp puts a golden bone in a random package in the warehouse as they're packing orders. And I'm not sure how many they give out. Forgive me, I really don't know. But they send out the orders, and then if you open your order and you have the golden bone, I believe you get products from the releases throughout the year or something similar. I can't actually remember, and I hope it hasn't changed. I don't want to tell you wrong, but it's a really cool thing. Let's see. Fall is my jam, Joyous in Christ said. Me too. We're going to use the Acorn Trio, which again, I used on the Frank card, and so it kind of worked for this, and it also is working for the fall. I loved this. I thought it was so cute. We're going to be using the etched oak leaves, and I did use those on my Frank card as well. This time though, instead of the pumpkin, I wanted to lay these side by side so you could see. So this is a little bit rounder pumpkin. This one has a little bit different shape. I do think they'd be really fun together. We're going to use the pumpkin set. And again, everything is die cut from smooth white cardstock. We'll add color. The grid stencil is previously released and it's not in here. We're going to grab it in a minute. That's what I'm using for this background. And then I pulled an old stamp set, well, older. It's Banner Greetings, and that is for the little sentiment strip that I've created here. I just looked for something small. I like a little sentiment strip with my larger greeting. So let's move that sentiment strip to the side, and we're going to do our background really quick. I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch panel of smooth white cardstock. Yes, Christine says it is products from each Simon Says stamp release in the coming year. That's what I thought it was in the past, but I was afraid I might be saying wrong. I know you guys know better than me, so thank you. Again, I meant to look that up before I went live too, but I did not. There you go. There are 5. Yes, cross your fingers, you guys. Let's see. I am going to use Speckled Egg Distress Oxide ink, and I really like to leave the edges light. This is something I've been doing for a while now. It's just, I go in phases. This is my phase currently. And I see your comment wanting me to use my zigs. I go in phases. My phase right now is coloring with Copics. It will change. That doesn't mean every card will. And remember, when you are creating, use your favorite coloring medium. You definitely do not have to use what I'm using. There's so many options out there. We're just going to go in and do a really nice light inking. That should be about good. I kind of like this. To me, doesn't it almost look like a frosted glass window? Like this display is on the counter in a kitchen or something against a window. I didn't intend it for that, but once I started designing, I really felt it kind of looked like it. Oh, thank you so much, Liz. That's so nice. Jennifer, I'm so glad you signed up for the Hero Arts event. It's going to be a blast. I'm actually working on that this afternoon, so I am excited. I love what I'm working with. Next, we're going to take some Distress Spray and Speckled Egg. So this is tone on tone. This was the Speckled Egg Distress Oxide. I've got my splatter box. I use a plastic box because I can rinse it out. Let's just cover up everything so I don't accidentally. And let's move these because who knows what's going to happen. Let's see. Oh, good. Amy said she got the somewhat sarcastic Thanksgiving Day sentiments from their newest release and looking forward to receiving them. I thought those were cute too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it kind of like this, and I'm holding it pretty high. Well, I'm not going to hold it too high. We don't want to splatter everything. I don't want to overspray. So I just want a little distressing. About 3 spritzes is all it needs. And how cute is that? I like a little tone-on-tone distress. I like a little distress at all times. Now, I do want to say, while I'm coloring with Copics, and I said you could use any markers you want, a quicker way to do this, ink blend. Grab your favorite Distress inks, Distress Oxide inks, Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated inks. You could completely ink blend all of these as well if you want to die cut them from white. I wonder what's all over my cardstock. That's all right. So let's grab our colors for our pumpkin first. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Handmade, not Hallmark. I get my STAMPtember order this weekend. Can't wait to play. Oh, that is exciting. Linda says, does your brain ever get tired? Yes. So I finished work about 6:30 last night, and I was so tired, you guys. I was so tired. But I sat down and I actually cross-stitched for a little bit, and then I talked to a good friend on the phone, a new friend on the phone, and we had such a nice conversation, and it really revived me. I kind of find creativity begets more creativity. I hope that makes sense. I am using YR15, which is called Pumpkin Yellow, and it really is. I love it. It's my base color. That's going to be the highlight you see on the pumpkin. E08 is a brown, and I like it for my darkest color. And then YR27, which is Tuscan Orange. So that's what we're using today. Distress all times except real life. Natalie says, I love it. Oh, that's so funny. So this is, if you saw my Frank card video, I did color it. Of course, it was sped up a little bit for an edited video. You guys are going to get the real-time coloring of the pumpkin, same colors, just a different pumpkin. I like to do huge sweeping motions like this to give that texture to the pumpkin and following the natural lines of that pumpkin. And I just kind of go like that. So that's our base color, YR15. Jewel says, what is your favorite ink and how do you choose your ink for your projects? Oh, please don't ask me that. It's like trying to pick a favorite child. Of course, Distress ink is a huge favorite. I really love all Distress. I love the Simon Says stamp, Positively Saturated. I love Lawn Fawn and Pink Fresh. Those are probably my favorites. There's probably others. I don't want to leave anyone out. And how I pick, whatever I feel like. There is no set rule. I kind of go with what I feel. Next, I'm going to take E08. Amy Corson says, are you going to be doing any of the exclusive stamp sets and videos? Amy, hold on, guys. I'm going to flip it around. I'm doing all the exclusives and videos. Every single one. I think I have all of them. I think Tim's is coming today. I am doing all of them. Every night at midnight Eastern, join me for a premiere. I will chat live with you. I won't be creating the card live, but I will be chatting with you live. So when the release drops, and it's a surprise every night, there is no schedule for what company is released what night. Join me. We can chat. We can do all the things. Make sure you, if you want this, whatever is being released, that you buy it first, then come over and chat with me. All right. Okay, E08. This is going to be my dark color, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of follow, whoops. First, I'm just going to kind of follow these lines because I want those to be darker and kind of the center of each of these sections to be lighter. Does that make sense? Then I do kind of pull up from the bottom and pull down from the top with little strokes. Doesn't have to look, it doesn't look great when you first start, but I promise it's going to look better. You don't want to overblend here at all. So I'm going to pull up from the bottom then and pull down from the top, and I'm going to continue that for each section. Then we're going to take YR27. Oh, thank you, Handmade Not Hallmark, which every time I see you in the chat, I absolutely love your handle. It's my favorite. Handmade Not Hallmark. Such a good one. This is our mid-tone color. So we're going to basically go in here now from the bottom, and this is blending. I had a question in a video this week on my YouTube channel that said, why do you color with the light color and then cover it up? Because that light color generally will pop through in certain places. What we're trying to achieve here is dimension. And so little bits of that lightest color are going to be what's popping through. And I want to leave that kind of through the center of the pumpkin. Down near the base and down near, and up near the top, a lot of that is going to be covered up. But you're still going to get those little highlights. You just really are going for a super imperfect, but that is where we get all of that amazing texture. And like right here, I feel like it needs, there we go. And just like that, we have a pumpkin. No need to go back with our light color. Now, if there's something you don't like, absolutely go back and add a little light. Maybe go back with your darks. That's the great thing about an alcohol ink marker. It's pretty forgiving. Oh, Tina, thank you. Diane says, so excited for the release. It's the perfect timing in Australia. You are so lucky. So lucky. Now, my next big tip is when you're die cutting, if at all possible, your images stay in your paper, leave them there. It's going to be a lot easier to color them while they're still here, and then you can just pop them out, because you can see, like, this pumpkin already popped out. But they're die cut, but I just need to pop them out of there, and I am going to hopefully be able to keep them kind of in the spot and stay put. Before I put these markers away, I am going to go ahead and color my small pumpkin, which is colored the same, but it's tiny. So it isn't going to take quite as much color, I guess, but it might take a little bit lighter hand. But same basic idea. And remember, you guys, you absolutely do not have to buy everything unless you want to. That's totally fine too. No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone. But the inspiration, I think, is so amazing throughout the month. And that's what I look forward to the most, is just all the inspiration and ideas that are shared all throughout the month, throughout the year. But it's always a really, really fun month. That pumpkin is not going to stay put. That's not going to work. We're just going to move that guy. Let's color our greenery. For that, I'm just going to color leaves from this pumpkin set. Today, we are going to be using YG 61, 63, and 67. Christine says, Amy, that's a good idea. Amy says she's going to be using a lot of last year's sets, but she's still going to watch these videos, which is amazing. Please do watch not just mine, but the other makers' videos as well. It helps everybody out, and we all appreciate it so much. Liz says, question, does the nozzle ever clog on you for the distress sprays? Not the distress sprays. Gosh, I can't talk. Sometimes the mica sprays, and Tim has really good tips on how to make them not clog. Denise says, I may have to get the pumpkin dies just so I can practice coloring. Yes, it takes maybe a little bit of work, but it's so rewarding. My other idea for this, guys, is if you have a light orange cardstock or even a yellow, you could die cut your pumpkin from that color and then layer on your darker oranges or browns on top to get your shading. Or if you want to do white pumpkins, do kind of a vanilla or vanilla. How about ivory? I think vanilla is the Lawn Fawn color, which is my favorite. Vanilla malt. But you could start with a little bit shaded cardstock and add your color on top, and you don't have to blend quite as much. So we're going to color in our leaves. I'm going to start with YG61. Which ones? I don't think I used all of these. And when they're in the cardstock like this, you can just color messy, which is my favorite to start with. So we're just getting a nice base color. Anne says this is so much more fun than work Zoom meetings. That's awesome. Let's see. Caroline says, watching you color is my therapy. Thank you. Hanging out with you guys is mine. So thank you guys. Next, we're going to kind of follow the lines of the die with YG67 and kind of the same thing as the pumpkin. I'm just going to kind of pull up with little feathering flicks. I think they call it feathering. I'm not so good, oh darn it, with the technical terms. Here's what you do. I was trying to avoid this, but we're going to do this because it is a lot easier to color them in. We're going to take happen again. And we're just going to do that. Kelly said he had a phone call and missed the last 10 minutes and came back to a pumpkin. That's awesome. Stephanie is catching me live. That's awesome. By the way, replay crew, love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate my replay crew so much. My replay crafty crew is amazing. I love to read your comments every week. So thank you. Now my leaves, I don't want them blended out too much. I'm going back with my light color just to the tips to soften maybe some of that. It's just personal preference. And there's our greenery. Let's see what else we got. Kim says, been working while I watch, but now have to go scan paperwork. Go scan it. We'll be here. And then we want to do, let's see, we're going to do our big pumpkin. There he is. Couldn't find him. We're going to do, not our big pumpkin, our little, the bigger of the two small pumpkins. How about that? And we're going to do our acorns with these colors right here. This is, hello, E81, 84, 87, and 89. My camera did not want to focus. So what we're going to do first, the acorn tops. This is going to be E81, and I'm just going to messy there. We're also going to go ahead and go to the pumpkin and do a nice little coat of E81. Then we are going to take E84, and I am going to add a little color to the acorn tops. And then very much like the pumpkin, because I want my acorns to have a lot of texture, I'm going to do more of that kind of flicking motion. Kind of like so. Doesn't have to be perfect at all. Then we're going to take a little E89. This is a very dark color, so we don't want to go crazy. And I want to pull from both the top and the bottom of the acorns. Do not worry, that is going to get blended out because it is very harsh, but it provides a lot of great shading and texture. We're probably just going to come back to Mr. Pumpkin over there. Then we're going to take E87. Oh, but let's use the right tip. Handmade, not Hallmark. If you had to choose 3 dies from this release that are good basics for fall cards, which would you use? The ones I'm using today. The etched oak leaves, the pumpkin, and the acorn. And I think Joyce in Christ said a little bit ago she thought I would use the door and do a critter card. I considered it. But then I decided I wanted to do something a little less cutesy today. But you totally could, and that's one of the great things about this set is you could totally add your favorite little critters to this and make it super cute. I'm going to go back with E81 to the acorn tops and just blend out that E84. I'm really saturating the cardstock too. Probably should have done that right away. I didn't. And I realize I want to add a dark color to my acorn stem. Now, it's hard to see when it's still in the cardstock, so let's pop that out. If there's any spots on here that you think are just maybe not blended enough, that's where I would go with E84, especially along some of these edges here. I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit more blend. Soften it a bit, but we're not losing the great texture. Marta says, love working from home. It allows me to watch you live. I have 3 devices going now. That's amazing. Diana says, finally watching a live, and then her 2-year-old grandson called to ask me to come over and play. Oh, that's awesome. Well, Diana, go play. Those moments are fleeting. That is so nice. So I am going to go ahead and just assemble the tops of my acorns, mostly so I don't lose anything. I had that pin in my mouth, I'm sorry. My pin is bent. Because these little topper things for our cute little acorns, I say it all the time, but I love pumpkin everything. And so anytime there's a pumpkin stamp or a pumpkin die, I am all about it. And look how cute our little acorns are. Now for the pumpkin, I don't want to use E89. I think that's way, way too dark. And I really think E87 is going to be too dark too. I think I only used E81 and E84. So you don't have to use lots and lots of markers. We're just going to go and, whoops. Yeah, I wish this guy had stayed in the cardstock. And add in a little texture. Same basic idea as the orange pumpkin. And then we are going to go back with our light color and blend it out just a little more. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Now before we put these colors away, we are going to go ahead and do our stems. And you guys, the stems on these are my favorite. Lynn says, how can you even find them after scribbling? I know, I'm sorry. We're going to move this scribble paper in just a little bit. All right, we're going to take our dark color, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay a tiny bit of that dark along the edge of my stems. And then I'm going to use that mid-tone, or E87, the little bit lighter of the dark tone. And finally, we're going to take E84 and color in the rest of our stem. Blend it all out. And then we're going to do this. Oh, maybe my tape on the back is... Did you guys see these new scissors from Simon Says Stamp? I love them. They're so cute. I mean, do I need new scissors? I don't know. Do I want them? I also bought new like embroidery scissors for my cross stitch. Must be on a scissor kick. So here are our little green leaves. Oops, here's our stem. Look at this guy. I love it because I love that it's a little bit more of that natural type of pumpkin stem. Oh, you guys, I love the set so much. So there's our little stems. The last thing we have to color before we can put it all together are these awesome oak leaves. Natalie says I might need these new scissors. I love them. I really do. Okay, so for the leaves, we are going to do kind of a couple of yellow and a red just to give us some variety with our design. My favorite yellowish color is YR31. Which leaves did I do? The big one and the small one. Probably doesn't matter. I don't want the two yellow leaves to be on the same side. We're going to have 2 leaves on one and 1 on the other. Then we are going to take a little YR24 and just kind of do what we've done for everything else. Little flicking feathering strokes from the center. This is going to be our darkest shade. And then YR23 to blend that out. Kelly says, Nicole, you make this look easy. Well, thank you. Cindy says, I ordered them. Don't need them at all, LOL. Now, let's be real. That probably is the case for most things. But you guys, I'm a sucker. If it's cute and aqua, it's coming to live with me. That's just how it goes. Okay, I'm not super crazy about some of my blending. And this is a good thing to show you guys. So if you don't love it, I like to go in with my light color and we're just gonna blend. And then let's try again. I'm gonna go back with my YR24 and I'm gonna be a little bit more intentional. Just kind of following the lines of my die. Already I like this better. Don't give up. If you don't like something, generally it can be fixed, especially with an alcohol-based marker. Much better. And then for this little guy, let's do the same thing. The Acorn Trio's out of stock. Okay, and that brings me to another point. Sign up to be notified. With the Simon branded products, they will be restocked, which is amazing. So totally make sure you're signed up to be notified when they come back. I noticed quite a few things will be back here a little bit later this month. So you don't have to buy them right this minute, which is great if you're saving for exclusives. So tell me in the chat, what exclusive collaboration are you looking forward to the most? And no, I can't tell you when it's coming. I'm sorry. But I love hearing from you guys what you're the most excited to see. And let's not say Tim, because we all know that everyone wants to see Tim's. No, I'm kidding. You could tell me which exclusive are you guys the most excited about. So for this yellow leaf, I did pull in a little brown to make it a little darker. I like kind of just playing around with my color to see how that looks. And I kind of like it. Colorado Crafts, Tim, Lawn Fawn, yes, Mama Elephant, Gina K, Honeybee, Lawn Fawn, Gina K and Tim, lots of Gina K, Pink Fresh and Gina, Alta New, Concord 9th, lots and lots of Lawn Fawn. Yes, oh, I'm so excited. Kelly says all the things. Oh, you guys are so funny. I love seeing what you guys are excited about. And I know so many have asked me what my favorite is, and I can't tell you yet. It is coming fairly soon, yes. And the day it is, I will tell you it's which one's my favorite and why. Although I have to say, you guys, so many are it's hard to pick a favorite. It's like what I said earlier. You can't pick a favorite child. It's hard to pick a favorite stamp set. Lots of Colorado Craft Company too. Lots of Lawn Fawn. Lots of Gina K. So my red is R56 and R59. Jody says, are you ever going to design collaboration? I did have a couple with Spellbinders. I don't really, So I feel that my strength is in creating with other people's products. I don't have a huge desire to design. I really love showcasing other people's amazing ideas. I'm not saying I never would, but I just really love what other people create, and I love trying to make it shine. Now I did pull in a little brown for my red leaf, because you guys know, if you've been here before, I love a little red, even if it's this dark moody red, kind of more of a, I don't know, mulberry color, burgundy color, I don't know, but I like a little red on my cards. So let's go ahead and pop these guys out, because our coloring is all done. Amy, it's funny that maybe it's because the one I chose is just, I know why I chose it. And when we get there that night, I will tell you it in the video, because I know why I chose it. Let's move this scribble pad out of the way. And so we can see better. Much better. Another new product from the STAMPtember release that I am loving. Dixie says your Spellbinder sets are my favorite. Thank you guys, that's so sweet. Catherine got my bride and groom. I really need to revisit them. Jody says love that honesty. I feel like that's the best way to be. I just feel like my strength is, I feel like it's my goal to make other people's products shine. And other people are so good at designing. So my other favorite product, Simon came out with foam tape. This is going to be weird, but I love, you guys know I love foam tape. But I am a little picky. I use whatever. I love scrapbook adhesives, foam squares. Simon also has foam squares now, and I love them because the backers come off easy. That's really what I'm looking for in a foam tape. Does the back come off easy, or do I have to pull it off with something sharp? Look at this. No messing around with scissors or my Spellbinder's tool-in-one. It's so good. I'm going to be buying so much of this. I love it. So what I did was I put foam tape on the back of my pumpkin, and we're going to position our pumpkin first. Kim says scanning is done, and now she can watch the rest. That's awesome. I need some tweezers. Amy said, will you have more favorites? Okay, I shouldn't say I have just one super favorite. I probably say this every year. I felt like the collabs are better and better every year, so there's actually quite a few that I love. Like love. So yes. We're going to put our pumpkin stem down. There's just one that for whatever reason really floats my boat. I know that's silly, but it's true. We're going to put just a, let me see how much foam adhesive I need for this leaf. We're going to try to just put it, so I'm putting foam adhesive only on the the upper top and this outer right side, because the rest is going to overlay the pumpkin. And then I'm going to put a little liquid adhesive here. And I just want to kind of gently lay that down. I think we're going to build out the right side, and then we'll move over to the other. We already put together the tops of our acorns, and yep, that position of this acorn, I put that foam adhesive square right under here on purpose, because that's going to kind of help hold it up. So we're going to add a little liquid adhesive, and we're going to just pop this right there. almost forgot. This leaf, what I love, do you see that little notch in it? I really hope that didn't set too much. So you can kind of tuck it behind, there we go, like that. You can kind of tuck it so that it's around the stem there. See if I can get it the way I want it to go. And if you need it to stay put, so see how it's popped up with that liquid? Take your tweezers and just pinch the reverse tweezers, and you can just pinch it and let it sit there for a minute. And I am going to find my other green leaf that I want to put down here at the bottom. Where can I buy Copics when Simon doesn't have a color you need? I've seen some people saying Dick Blick. Yes, there's lots of great suggestions in the chat. And I'm going to tuck my green leaf right there, and then we are going to put our other small little orangey pumpkin. I don't want it right next to the big orange pumpkin, so it's going to go out here on the edge, and I'm going to put a little foam on it, just one small foam adhesive square. And we're going to pop it right there. Hope that's dry, because I need my tweezers. Even though I have multiple pairs, I probably could get another pair out. I call them clamps, even though it's not. And we want to tuck our little, there we go, get our little stem. I mean, how cute is that little stem? I get excited about the weirdest things. But you guys are my people, so that's okay. You understand. Joyce in Christ says the card is looking great. Thank you. Rain Song 32, I came late and can't find the link to whatever you did for the background. It's the Simon Says Stamp Grid Stencil, Speckled Egg Distress Oxide ink, and Speckled Egg Distress Spray. So then for this side, because I put foam adhesive, I can't tuck this underneath. So what I did was I kind of gauged, and this is just my best tip because no one's ever going to know that you cut off part of that. We're going to glue this one directly to the card base and kind of hide it partially underneath. I also could have adhered it before the pumpkin, and especially since I've created this card before and I knew that was going to happen, but now you guys see how to fix something when maybe it's not exactly the way you had intended. Maureen says the stem is awesome. I know, isn't it? Susie, I don't know what the difference is between this foam tape and the Big Mama roll. I have never bought the Big Mama roll, so I cannot tell you. I am sorry. We're going to add our other, whoops, leaf right here. And again, I only put foam under the part that's not overhanging something that already has foam. We are going to tuck our little individual acorn from the Acorn Trio back in here. I knew I should have used my tweezers. Oh gosh. Real life. There we go. And I do have another leaf to add up here near the stem. And finally, our remaining pumpkin, which I think we can just adhere with liquid because it's going to be right over the top of things that are already popped up with foam tape. What colors did you use for your burgundy leaves again? Are 56 and 59, and I did list my marker colors down in the description underneath the video here for easy reference. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and add our thanks. I did use some gold metallic cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, but I also die cut it a couple times from white cardstock to pop it up. So we're going to glue these one on top of another. I probably could have cut my dies apart and made this a little easier on myself, but I didn't. Fall colors are the best colors, Shimon says. I couldn't agree with you more. I am a fall girl through and through. No hate to the other seasons, but this is my very, very favorite. So my daughter texts me, she went like to TJ Maxx and she sent me pictures of stuff she bought to decorate her apartment yesterday, because we get excited about the same things. Because we love all the fall decor, we love, and I sent back, I'm ready for sweaters and booties, and she said, me too. So, yep, I love it all. I'm going to glue the two white ones on top of each other first. Denise says, this card is so pretty it could be framed for wall decor. Oh, thank you. Oh, the Cherry Crafter says she thinks that the Big Mama foam tape is thinner in dimension and it's a much bigger roll. And she loves it. But the backing is hard to get off. I almost wonder if that has been a complaint. I've never complained about it, but I wonder if it has been, because I really don't like it. when the backing is hard to get off. So when I tried out this foam tape and the backing came right off, I was like sold. Just sold. If I don't have to use something else to get it off other than my fingernail, I'm happy. And then we're going to finish with the gold on top. And once I have it all lined up, I think I said this in a video this week, I don't use my acrylic blocks to stamp anymore, but I do use them to flatten things. And then we have a nice little dimensional greeting we can add to our card. Just do a little glue. And then we're going to adhere that right there. That looks good. And then the final thing is a little sentiment strip and a little heart. So let me get a thinner strip of tape, foam tape. Sean says, sorry I'm late, I'm so late. The replay will be here for you, Sean. So many loving the fall colors. Dawn says she loves fall, but in Maine, wretched winter follows, and it's more sweaters and it's more than sweaters and it's mummy bags. Thank you, that was funny. I love it. Kelly says, autumn for the win, and she's sorry she's not trying to yell. That's okay. I can forgive you. Fall lovers unite. We're going to pop up our little strip right underneath. Man, I did a much better job getting things straight today, I feel like. Well, maybe. No, they are not serrated. I saw that question. So the question is, Karen says, are the new scissors serrated like Tim's? And she hopes not. They are not. Oops. Can you see that? There. It's not serrated. And I love that. I love Tim's, but I really do love that these aren't serrated. Each has their purpose. Like I said, I need all the scissors. So what we're going to do is, this is a little coffee bean heart from Trinity Stamps, and that is going to be it. I do need to put this on a card base, but I can do that later. That's not exciting. Sean says it's so early for her. You're probably one of the lucky ones who it's not late for you when the exclusives drop. And here you go. So there is our Thankful Pumpkin card using new products from the STAMPtember Simon Says Stamp release. I'm going to come back at you. Natalie says wretched winter follows there too. She says everywhere but Idaho winters are so long. Yes. I feel like we go summer, 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 3 days of fall, all the leaves fall, and then it turns to winter and all the leaves fall off the trees because the wind blows so hard, and it's over. So I understand. Teresa says in Florida, if you can survive the summer, fall, winter, and spring are the best. Yes, you are so lucky. Okay, did I miss anyone's questions today? I really tried, but to keep up, but sometimes I miss. So if I miss something, please let me know. I can't believe that I made it in almost an hour. I was looking at the time thinking, uh-oh, but we made it. We made it. Neva says, how did I miss this? I need a notice a day ahead. Oh no. Let's see, question from Sandy. I don't have the distress sprays. Could you use the squish technique? You sure could. You could try it. I would give it a try. Susie reminds everyone to give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Susie. The foam tape definitely looks thicker than regular foam tape. I was going to show you. Let's see. So here are, oh, you can't see. Let's flip it back around. So here's the foam tape, and I think it's as thick as, these are the scrapbook adhesives, thicker foam squares, and I think it's exactly the same. I could do it this way, couldn't I? And maybe not touch all of the foam. I don't know if that's even. I really feel like they work together well. I love it. Christine has an alarm set for every Friday. Thank you, Christine. That is so sweet. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Liz goes, I gave her a thumbs up before she started. No need to wait. Thank you, Liz. I appreciate you guys so, so much. Shaman says, you are all invited to winter here in San Diego. I'm going to take you up on that, friend. I am going to take you up on that. Question from Kathy. Is there kits for the Christmas card ornaments? No, there isn't. The ones I showed earlier, it's just a stamp die set. It's a couple of different stamp die sets. You definitely don't need both. I just was obviously trying to showcase more of the product from the release. Neva says you're going to love this month's Spellbinders kit since it's cross-stitcher and other crafters. I'm excited. So actually I signed up for the Spellbinders, and I've been getting them. I have something really fun planned. It's probably not going to start until, well, it won't start until after STAMPtember, but probably closer to the first of the year. So yes, I'm excited. Yeah, Texas has been so hot, Stephanie says, ready for fall. Dawn also has a reminder alarm set. I love it. Well, thank you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to get a drink. I don't really want to cough on here. Too much talking, too many voiceovers. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please be sure to check out Simon Says Stamps live today, noon Eastern. Come chat, see the inspiration, see Heidi talk about new products. She'll have lots of information for you. I'm sure she'll talk about the Golden Bone and things like that. I will be back next Friday. We're going to do a live. Probably won't be STAMPtember release. I'm trying to think. Waffle Flower has a new release Monday. Hero Arts, My Monthly Hero, is releasing Tuesday because of the U.S. holiday. It might be something more with one of those new releases for next week, but we shall see. I haven't decided yet. Too many other balls up in the air. But I definitely will be bringing you something new. Let's see. Christine said, just placed order number 3. What did you buy? I have to know. Inquiring minds have to know. Thank you guys. I hope everyone has a great weekend. If you're here in the US, I hope you have an awesome long weekend. Set your alarms because exclusives are starting tonight. So I will be in the chat talking during the premiere of my video. I'll be chatting live with you guys. I can answer your questions, and it's a little easier because I've already done the video and I can just talk with you guys. So it's super, super fun. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.